Welcome to another episode of Fun with Food Prep. I am Kaylin Morrison, and this is my mom. What are we going to cook today?
Well, that's very good. I'm so proud of you. We are going to make chicken vegetable soup, and for a leftover meal from that chicken vegetable soup, we are going to turn it into chicken and biscuits. We have already prepared a lot of our foods today, mainly because it takes a while to make soup. Our broth is over here on the stove. Actually, it's more like a stock. I had a turkey carcass from last Thanksgiving that I boiled down with some chicken stock, garlic. What else did we put in there? Onions, the turkey bones. And we just let it cook and cook and cook and cook. And then we strained out all of the bones, which left us with the stock. And then we cooked the chicken. We boiled the chicken in some more chicken stock with garlic, salt, pepper, onions, parsley. What else did we put in there? Oh, poultry seasoning. Now, after it cooled, when it was done, after it cooled, we shredded it. So now we have shredded chicken for our soup. And we've already cut some carrots, some celery. We do have an onion to cut up today. We're also going to put in some peas, some broccoli, and some spinach. I like to have a little color in my soup. So, are you ready to get going?
Yes, and there's a lot of green in our soup.
Well, there's orange too.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to start here with our onion. Okay. Oh, we're also going to put some chickpeas. I like to have some beans in my soup sometimes. So we're going to, we're also going to have some chickpeas in our soup. So.
And why didn't you peel it before we started?
Well, because I didn't feel like it. Is that okay?
Yeah.
All right. We'll just put our garbage over
Can I
here
peel
in this
that
sink.
out?
I'm just going to do this. Watch, if you take this layer and just pull it back,
Yep.
then ta-da! One peeled onion. And this is a very rustic soup, so we're not going to worry about whether the pieces are the same size or if they're pretty, because we're just going to eat it anyway, right? All right. So here we go. We get this.
I can smell those.
Yeah, I can smell the onion too. All right. So.
Why do onions make your eyes water?
You know what? I don't know. I know it's from the juice of the onion, but I don't know what's in the onion juice to make your eyes water. So it's kind of weird, huh? All right. So now that we have our stock made, it is heating up here. Let's check it out. What do you think? It smells delicious, doesn't it? All right. Yes, it's very. See the steam coming off of there? All right. Why don't you get some of our vegetables, and we'll put some of our vegetables in. Hot.
Peas.
You want to put the peas in first? All right, now watch this. How about you come around here so people can see, so they don't have to look through your head.
Okay.
If you're dumping stuff in a hot liquid, you know how it splashes? If you take your spoon and you dump it into your spoon first, it keeps the splashing to a minimum. Okay, so we got our peas. What else do you want to put in there?
Can I do it?
Well, you hand it to me. I don't want it to splash on you, okay?
Yeah.
And we have, now the peas and the broccoli are frozen, so they're already cooked, so we don't really have to wait for them to cook too much. Okay. What else we got?
Spinach.
Yes, spinach. All right.
This won't really splash.
No, you can go ahead and put it in.
Smells delicious.
Oh, let me see that one, because we can. I know, doesn't it? Oh my gosh. This is going to be so delicious. You know what else, Kayla? These two dishes are awesome too, because if you have lots of leftovers from either of them, they are good in the freezer. They're good to put in the freezer, and then you can just pull them out and heat them up, and then you have a nice hearty. Whoops, splash. See, I splashed. I have to clean that up.
Healthy.
Yeah, a nice healthy warm meal. And there's our onions. Ta-da!
chicken noodle soup.
It smells like, yeah, minus the noodles.
Yeah.
Yummy.
Wait.
Yes, we gotta put the chicken in.
That's kind of important.
Yes, it is. So I'm gonna put it in a little bit at a time.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
This is gonna be a really thick and hearty soup.
Yummy.
It's not gonna be like those Campbell's where just add water and it's gross. There.
I like homemade soup.
You like homemade soup. Look at the amount of soup this is. Holy moly. Do you think this
We
is
can have half for half.
Yeah, do you think that this is enough for 2 households?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what we're gonna do?
What?
I'm going to move your fanny a little bit.
You.
No, get out of the way. Because I'm gonna bring it over here and we're gonna put it back on the stove.
Wait, can I help you? Where are my mittens?
Nope, I don't need them.
Oh.
Okay. I'm gonna bring it over here really quick and then we're gonna put it back on the stove so that people can see how delicious this looks and how fresh.
I want to taste that now.
You want to taste it? Well, we have to let it cook for a little bit
I know.
because all these raw vegetables, ready? 1, 2, 3. All those raw vegetables we have to bring this to a boil. Okay? So we'll just put this in here. We'll turn this up a little bit and we'll bring this to a boil. All right. You know what we forgot to add? The beans. Here, let's put these in here.
Can I put them in?
I'll do it because it's pretty full.
Okay, I'll do it.
Okay. There we go. We're good. We don't need to stir. All right. So we got everything. Wow, this was a quick one. I can't believe it. I need to wash my hands real quick. Pardon me. Okay. So, while we are waiting for our soup to come to a boil, how do you like your vegetables in your soup? Do you like mushy or crunchy?
Mushy.
You like them mushy?
Yeah.
I like my vegetables a little on the crunchy side. I don't like them so that you don't have to chew them, but I like them firm.
I just like them soft.
You like them soft? Now, if you wanted to, you can also add rice and make a rice soup. You could add some noodles at a later date and make a chicken noodle soup. You could add dumplings or Kaylin's favorite matzo balls. Yes, you like matzo balls. Do you want to talk about the biscuits that we made?
Sure.
Okay. We did pre-make some biscuits. These are gluten-free biscuits. I couldn't find a recipe that I liked that didn't have all of these extra obscure ingredients to make them gluten-free. So we actually found a gluten-free, organic, non-GMO mix
At Aldi's.
at Aldi's. And there's 2 different kinds. We have,
Cheddar?
well, no, they're not really cheddar because we didn't have cheddar.
Yeah.
They're Asiago, Parmesan, Romano biscuits, and just plain biscuits. And here, let me,
I don't know which one I tried. I think I tried a plain one. I don't know.
here's the cheddar ones.
Ooh.
They look like a biscuit, don't they?
Yeah.
And then here's the plain ones. They look like biscuits. I guess we'll have to find out how good they taste later. Actually, you tasted them. How are they?
I only tasted the plain one.
Oh, well, you're just gonna have to wait till later, I guess,
Oh.
when we have some for dinner. All right. So,
Can we
there's
show
our
them what
biscuit.
this is?
Yes, Dune, what is that?
Cornstarch.
And what are we gonna do with the cornstarch?
We're gonna turn the broth into gravy.
Right. Do you know how to do that?
You just put cornstarch in the broth and it makes gravy.
Well, you have to do something to it first. You have
Put
to.
water in it.
Yes, and do you know what that's called?
I think I do.
I think our
She does.
I think our studio audience knows. What is that called?
A roux.
No.
Oh. That's what we always called it.
A roux is flour and butter that you cook.
Oh.
Yep, and then you add your liquid.
Gotcha.
This would be a slurry.
Coming from the woman who uses a cheese knife for everything.
Well, everybody's got to start somewhere.
I was thinking I was thinking it was something else that I've seen people make on YouTube.
On YouTube?
Yeah.
Hey, why don't you talk about YouTube?
We're now on YouTube.
Yes. And how can they find us on YouTube?
Look up Fun with Food Prep.
Yes. And I think all of our videos are on there now. Or
But
most of them.
I think you have to wait 30 days.
Yeah. How else can they find us?
Facebook
Facebook.
and Instagram.
No, not Instagram, just Facebook.
So close.
But we have an email. Do you remember what the email address is?
Funwithfoodprep@gmail.com.
Yes, funwithfoodprep@gmail.com. And we would love to hear from you. We like those emails. These recipes today actually came to us via email. We had a question as to how can we take care of our leftovers, especially when the families don't eat them as leftovers. So then we kind of disguise it and tell them it's a whole brand new meal.
So you can basically make 2 meals out of it. And
This
not
will
call
be
it
2 meals.
leftovers.
And with the pot of soup we got over there, this could be
3.
probably 4 meals.
How?
Well, because we're going to take the chicken soup and we're going to split it in 2 for Miss Carrie's house and for our house. And then we're going to do the same thing with the chicken and biscuits. We can split that in 2. So we're going to actually get 4 meals out of this.
Yeah.
So if you're at home and you make a big pot of soup, that could get you 4 meals at home by putting it in the freezer.
And chicken and biscuits is the only way you'll make me eat chicken.
Oh, I see. I see. So while we're waiting for this to boil, I have an idea. Why don't we get a smaller pan, which I think if you look in this cupboard right down here, we can start taking out some of the chicken and we can turn it into chicken and biscuits now. Because if we wait for these vegetables to cook, these poor people will be watching us for an hour.
No.
And we don't want that.
Yeah.
So why don't you go under there? Bye, Kaylin. See that one right? Nope, that one right there. You might have to take some things apart in Miss Carrie's kitchen. But
Sorry.
that's okay. She went downstairs.
Floor is cold.
The floor is cold.
Okay, now how do I figure that out?
Okay. Excuse me.
Sorry.
Okay, take that one out. All right, perfect.
Sorry. We had some trouble.
No, we didn't have any trouble. All right. So this is what we're gonna do. Oops. We're gonna collect this little water right here, and we're gonna clean up that a little bit. Okay. Oh, it smells so good. What does the live studio audience think? Can you smell it?
I can't yet.
Okay. Let's see. We're cleaning. A big ladle, Miss Carrie.
Ladle? What's a
In
ladle?
the actually hanging right in front of you, behind the cow.
Oh, that'll work.
What is that cow used for?
To hold the mixer.
That's a pot holder. Okay.
Yummy. I want to try that.
I know you want to try it. Everybody wants to try it. It smells delicious.
Oh, I can smell it now.
You can smell it now?
Yes, ma'am.
Ow!
I'm sorry.
Yummy.
Back up.
I'm sorry, baby. That's why we have to be very careful when we are in the kitchen because things splash.
And it's not the first time anybody's burnt themselves.
No, it's not, but it happens.
Yeah. Look, I can see the chickpeas.
Yeah.
But by the way it looks, the way the chicken is shredded, it looks like there's noodles in it.
Yeah, but
There isn't
I
any.
know, but oh my goodness, this smells so good, so good, so good. I know.
And some of the vegetables in here won't be as soft as the chicken noodle soup you get at the store, but it's not chicken noodle soup.
Well, right.
The vegetables won't be as soft.
No, the vegetables definitely won't be as soft. You know why? Because these are fresh vegetables and they're not processed.
What is vegetables can be processed?
Vegetables can be processed, believe it or not.
What does processed mean?
It means not good for you.
Okay. That's all I need to know.
That's all you need to know? Okay. Now that we got some of that over here, we'll turn
That one on.
this one on. And I can hear it bubbling. Can you hear it bubbling?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So, nope. Do you want to help me make the slurry?
Yeah.
Okay. So, here's your spoon.
My spoon.
Okay. And we're going to take cold water. We want to use cold water. This is a tablespoon of cornstarch.
And if you try and put something in it too fast, it won't move. It'll just stay.
I know, it's that science stuff.
I know. I learned that last year, I think.
Yeah. Okay, make sure it's all. Let me see.
I want to try it so bad.
Well, there's not enough cornstarch. See where there's a lump on the bottom. When you use cornstarch instead of flour to make a slurry, you end up with less lumps. That's also why you want to use cold water and not hot water. Hot water will seize it all up and then it'll be hard and you won't be able to be a ball. It won't.
I want to try something.
You want to try something? We're cooking, not science today.
Aww.
We're not sciencing today.
No, I want stir it fast and see what happens.
Nothing. Okay, so I have 2 tablespoons of cornstarch and a little bit of water just to make it liquid. I'm not exactly sure how much of this we're going to actually need. It's a trial and error thing. It depends on how thick you like your chicken and biscuits.
I like mine thick.
I know you do. So, all right. Let's bring this over here.
Ooh, I want to pour it in.
And can you pour just one of them in slowly? And you want to make sure that as you're pouring, or when you're pouring it in, that you stir it. Because if you don't, it'll glomp all on the bottom. That's a new word, glomp. Okay, give it a minute. Give it a minute or two because we want to see how thick it is. And can you see already how it's thickening up?
Yeah, it's turning a different color.
Yeah, it gets a little bit lighter. Oh, but it smells so good.
Yeah, it's starting to smell like chicken biscuits.
Yeah. Okay, you can put that one in. Good job.
What if we need more?
If we need more, I have more cornstarch.
Ooh, good.
But now we just want to let it bubble and simmer.
And then go back when it's a little thicker.
Yep, because as it cooks, it'll thicken up. All right. So, do you have any questions, Kaylin?
No.
No? Does the studio audience have any questions today?
What's the total cook time? An hour for each one?
Depending on if you make your own stock or if you use canned or boxed stock, you could probably, and if you have to cook the chicken. If you have to cook the chicken, you're probably looking at an hour. If you use frozen, organic, already cooked chicken, you could probably do it in a half an hour. It all depends on how crunchy you want your vegetables. If you like to have them more on the soft side, it's going to take a little bit longer for them to cook down. As far as the chicken and biscuits, if you're using that as a leftover, or just however long it takes for you to heat up the soup so that you can add the cornstarch and make the biscuits.
I have a question.
You do? Okay.
Why do you have to put the cornstarch in the soup to make it thicker?
Because somehow, some way, some scientific
We can look it up on Google later.
formula says that the cornstarch is a thickening agent. It has to do with the word starch, I think. And you know what? I think we need a little bit more. Can you go over? It is, I think it's in that box right there.
Oh, yeah.
I think we need to make a little bit more. Yep, that's the one.
I want to do it.
Okay, I think we only need one.
I want to do it.
So put your tablespoon in there.
Me.
Put it in there. Good job.
No one come out.
Perfect. You know what? I think just to be on the safe side, we're gonna do it.
I want to put the water in it.
Okay, put a little water in.
Excuse me.
That's good.
And I want to mix it.
Okay, you mix it. And do slow so we don't splash.
And it doesn't turn hard.
Okay, while you're doing that, I'm gonna stir the soup. I see it is finally boiling. Yes, oops, drip.
Dope. I think there's a.
You think there's what?
I think there's a clump on the bottom.
Let me see. Did you find it?
I think I got it.
You think you got it? All right, why don't you bring it over and we'll put it in. Perfecto. Oops.
Sorry.
All right. Okay, so while this is thickening up, this is all ready to go. We've done everything. Now we just have to wait for it to thicken up. So why don't we tell people again how they can reach us?
And one question.
Yes.
What does cornstarch taste like?
There's no taste in it.
I thought it would taste like corn.
No, here. There's no taste to it.
Yeah, powdery.
Powdery. Yeah. So why don't you tell people how they can get a hold of us?
You can email us
At
funwithfoodprep@gmail.com.
funwithfoodprep@gmail.com.
You can text us.
No texting.
Okay.
They can't text us.
Okay.
They can find us on Facebook, YouTube, email funwithfoodprep@gmail.com. And at the end of this episode today, I believe there will be a subscribe button. So they'll be able to subscribe to Fun with Food Prep. And what do we say at home? What is it? What do we always say at home? Please do this at home. Thank you so much for joining us today. We will post some more pictures of how everything turned out today. We are going to sample our products today after we're done, and hopefully we will get some feedback on our Facebook page as to how things tasted. So again, please do this at home, and we will see you again next week. Contact us at funwithfoodprep@gmail.com. Thanks again for joining us.